light it up. Light it up, represent, gotta do it hella big, had to run it back again. Light it up, represent, had to do it hella big, had to run it back again. Light it up.
At SHOT Show 2025, Canik released the METE MC9 Prime, which is a continuation of their MC9 line. And guys, this is cool, not only because this is a larger capacity concealed carry gun from Canik, but also this is the first Canik product made here in the USA. Kurt, you didn't have a chance to play with this gun until we got to the range.
Right.
This is true to form for Canik. It's got all the features you're packed full of it. So kind of how it go. I'm going to let you dive into it because I've messed with this a couple times before you have.
So first and foremost, I have to tell you, this thing looks amazing and it does come feature packed. We'll get into a lot of those details, but out of the box, there's really, spoiler alert, there's not a whole lot more we could really ask for. Like pretty much every Canik, new Canik that there is now, one of the best triggers on the market, honestly. Amazing slide serrations. The other cool thing is this does come ported.
Oh, yeah.
It has optics cut. The grip texture is spot on.
It's like they took the Rival and just shrunk it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's kind of go feature pack. Let's kind of go from top to bottom before we get into the meat and potatoes of this. So first off, you've got really aggressive grip texturing, ambi slide release. You've got a really nice metal trigger. You come up, you've got great slide serrations. You've got lightning cuts on the top, plus the porting on the slide, both side and top porting. You've got RMSC footprint, or the Canik footprint, which they use. Loaded chamber indicator. You've got a striker indicator in the back, and this comes with night vision night sights from the factory. So you've got everything, including the removable magwell.
Right.
So
you've got a flared magwell. You've also got full pick rail. So if you want to put light on there, you're good to go. The other thing that I really want to stress more than anything is their trigger. It's wider than pretty much everything else I've seen. And at first it feels a little weird, but I got to tell you, it really works amazing. And we'll get more into that later.
Yeah. 17 round mags.
Yep.
Come with 2 of them. Really easy to get in and out. And let's just go ahead and dive into this. So first and foremost we have is build quality. And build quality is a 5. This thing is well built. It feels great in the hand. You've got just everything. The slide is super smooth. Like no complaints. This is Canik quality at its best.
I'm also going to give it a 5. True to form for Canik. This thing is top notch across the board in terms of build quality, machining. Everything is great on this.
Next we have is reliability. And reliability is also a 5. This thing has eaten everything we put through it. We've run it slow. We've run it fast. We've tried to get it to jam up. We've got no issues with it.
I'm also going to give it a 5. Along with everything you've been saying, it was also really, really hot the day we were out filming. It handled the heat and the fire rate that we put through this and just kept asking for more.
Yeah, 101 was the top of that day.
Yeah.
Next we have is feel. And feel is a 5, like a resounding 5. Okay? Not only do you have this kind of aggressive, but it's in that in-between. It's not overly aggressive, but it's aggressive perfectly. The grip texture goes all the way up. It's in all the right spots. You do have a slight kind of grip texture. I wouldn't call it a gas pedal. It's more of a indication spot. The other thing that I want to mention is the removable magwell. That gets you, it pushes your hand up, so it gets really up in there. You've got the undercut here on the trigger guard too, so you get a really good purchase. The gun just feels great in the hand. It fits my hand perfectly. 5 out of 5 for that one.
I'm also going to give it a 5, but I think that I do need to kind of get into something a little bit here. Now, if we're talking feel, when I first picked this up, I wasn't sold yet, and a lot of that comes down to it just feels like it has a really steep grip angle. Now, with that, like we talked about, this grip texture is perfect. It's not too rough, but it's aggressive. They've really found kind of that sweet spot. And again, if it's a carry gun, the sides are a little less aggressive, so it's not going to rub on you. I do kind of wish that the undercut was a little bit, deeper, and that's because of that steeper angle. And when I first grabbed it and shot it, I was like, man, I don't know. Again, this thing looks amazing. It's Canik. I love them, but I wasn't real sure. It took me probably 2 mags, and then I was completely sold. Talking about the trigger, it's really wide. And what I think that does is, you'll see on a lot of pistols, and depending on the size of the gun and the size of your hand, sometimes it feels like the trigger is either, too far forward or too far back. And so then you can kind of either wrap too far around, and that's when you start doing the whole pull low left thing. Because it's so wide, it makes it really, really easy to index and just really get a good grip and a good trigger press. I can't say enough great things about that. The other awesome thing about it is, right, it does have a little bit longer take up, really crisp wall, super short break, super short reset. Like, hey, Canik, I know they probably won't do this, but if they sold these triggers aftermarket for other things, I would totally put this trigger in everything I possibly could. They're that good. They really are. Slide serrations are really good. It's not just for looks. It makes press checks and everything really, really easy. I do like the way that the optic does sit pretty low on that slide, so it makes it easy to co-witness. Even though they don't have suppressor height sights, that wasn't an issue at all. So let's get into this a little bit. Again, this grip angle, call me a Glock fanboy all you want. So when I first grabbed it, it seemed weird. And also because of that, I kind of got a little bit of Glock knuckle going there. It took me a couple mags to really kind of figure out and warm up to this. But that's the biggest thing I would say is, if you check this thing out in the store, give it a chance, go shoot it. It didn't take long, and I was 100% sold on this.
So it's funny you talk about that. It also does come with 2 interchangeable back straps, and we can dive into that. So Kurt brought up the porting. I'm going to save what I have to say about that till later, because it is part of feel, and that has a lot to do with the shootability of the pistol, but that leans into another part of our segment.
Okay.
Next we have is factory options, and factory options has to be a 5. And I'm not talking about the other MC9 lines. This line itself has a 5. Now, why does it have a 5? First off, your optics cut. Yes. You've got a interchangeable or removable magwell. Yes. You've got porting. You've got lightning cuts. You've got night vision night sights from the factory. You've got everything you want from the factory. So there's really no need to change. But what really gives it a boost for factory options is this thing right here. This is the box it comes in. The Prime comes in this awesome hard case. And in that hard case, it's got this cool thing. Like, there should be a backlight here.
It really should. Like, when you open it, it should go, ah! Yeah.
But you get your toolkit right here that comes with extra screws and the...
Yes, it's a little mini gun.
Yes.
And yes, you can basically put, like, the bits into it. And some people say that's kind of cheesy. I totally dig it. I love it. Canik does it all the time. I think it's fun.
You get that. You get your 2 interchangeable back straps. You get your extra mag, so it comes with 1 extra mag and the loader. You also get a G-code holster, which we'll talk about that one later. Then you go underneath here and pull that out. You get your cleaning kit, your punch tool, and your extra piece to your holster. So this case alone, and a lot of people, like, I don't really like talking about boxes.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like, it's a box I'm not going to use. This is something that I can... Right now, if I wanted to, I could take this box, I could remove some of this lower foam, put my ammo, put my stuff in it, put my gun on top, lock it up, and this is my TSA approved case to travel with. So this has got everything. This is a TSA approved case. It's got double locks on it. So good on you, Canik, for this. This is a great option. This adds the bonus for the factory options for me.
Yeah, and to your point, I'm also definitely going to give this a 5. And I'm not one for cases either. Most of the time, I'm like, hey, save me the money. Just give me whatever box, because I'm not going to keep it anyway. Put it into the gun. But I got to say, the amount of just stuff that this comes with is amazing. And I love the fact that it's like, look, we are going to give you everything you need to go to the range, go do whatever you're going to do. It even comes, the fact that it comes with a cleaning kit. Is it the best cleaning kit in the world? No, but I like the fact that they were literally like, here's everything you're going to possibly need. And oh, by the way, it's a really, really good case that is TSA approved, right? And it's not just some cheap hard case. Like, this thing's really high quality.
no.
This is, yeah.
This is high quality. There's also a slot. What I failed to mention with this is there is also a slot in the bottom here. So you've got your slot up here for an extra mag. You got your slot here for a mag. You've got an extra slot for another mag down here, plus a chamber flag, plus, you know, everything you need. Like, this is set up. You've got slots up here for parts, pieces, and things. Like, this, it's
really, really well thought out.
Yeah.
And yeah, they didn't just kind of throw it in and go, okay, fine, we're going to give you a hard case.
Yeah.
No, they gave you something that you'll really honestly use.
All right. So here's the negative.
Yep.
There's one negative. I appreciate Canik giving you the holster.
Uh-huh. And it's a G-code holster. It's a good it's a good brand name.
It's a good brand name. There's something up with this holster. I don't know what it is. Like, I tried to carry this appendix. It sits a little high, but my thing is this screw is, and we're not the only one to say this. The screw's all the way out. And if you tighten it anymore, like
you can't get it out.
Gun won't come out.
Yeah.
So
I'm just gonna say it. This thing is hot garbage. It's not a good holster. It's really not. Like, I know that we said, hey, I appreciate the fact that they've given you a case. And I do. I like the fact that they've given you a holster. And I've seen other companies do it. And I know Canik has done it before too. And in a way, I appreciate it. But, man, they did so good on everything else that this thing is... It's just not a great holster. My other thing about it, honestly, is like you said, there's a whole lot of play in it, and you can kind of, it's not going to matter.
Yeah.
But you can kind of cheat it out there. Like, why? I don't know. Like, that is just.
And it does come with the paddle to go outside the waistband.
Yeah.
But, like, okay, I appreciate. Here's my thing.
Wait. Here's my thing. Like, seriously, you saw how tight it was? That thing is loose. Like, it's about to come out. Like, honestly, if you ran that, this thing would back out really fast. Like, that's how loose that is. And even still, it's really, like,
it's too
tight. But again, if that's my biggest beef with this whole thing is that they have a crappy holster, then whatever.
And it is a G code. It's better than the holsters they've had in the past. Maybe they will talk to G code and figure out what this is. I know that there's a value add. Personally, I would not run this holster. I'd run a different holster.
It looks great. But like on paper and in the box, it looks good, but honestly, in practice, it's not. Yeah.
And we are not the only ones to say something about this. I know Patton has said something about it. So next we have is Aftermarket. And Aftermarket is a 1. Because it's a new gun, there's not much aftermarket for it. Yes, there is barrel. I've seen some MC9 barrels and everything like that. But why would I need those? This is Gucci'd out aftermarket from the factory. So giving it a 1 is kind of sacrilegious to me because it is all aftermarket already.
Yeah.
I mean, like we said, you've got the magwell, you've got the upgraded trigger, you've got the night sights, like you've got the porting, you've got everything that you would do aftermarket on the gun. So there's no need for an aftermarket. Canik gets a 5 for doing this.
Yes.
But the aftermarket score is a 1.
I'm going to give it a 2.5 because I'm also kind of torn, right? Is there much aftermarket support for this? No. Because for all the reasons we've talked about, it's new. It hasn't been out that long. But to your point, there's nothing that you have to do. Like, it literally comes with everything that I would want to do. It comes with night vision sights. It comes with a great trigger. Like, anything that I would want to do aftermarket, it's already there. So I kind of don't want to, like, dink it too hard.
Yeah.
You know? So, I seriously, ported barrel, like, I don't know what else I would do to this.
There's nothing else to do to it. I mean,
I don't know what I would swap out to make it better because it's already that good.
The only thing that you would swap out, and again, there's going to be people who do this. I don't recommend you do this, but people will put a threaded barrel on this just to throw a comp on the end of it, even though it's ported and
Who would do that?
Silly people.
Why would you put a comp on a ported?
It's the same reason why people ask that about the Bull Armory video.
Why?
Yeah. Anyways. All right. Last but not least, we have is XFactor. XFactor's at wow. XFactor for me is a 5. And I said in feel that I would come back to it because this is the XFactor for me. The shootability of this gun. The gun shoots with this porting. It's not just on the top, it's on the side. The recoil impulse, everything. This is one of the most fantastic shooting guns I've shot in a while. It is the trigger, the porting, everything on this is the XFactor. This thing is just built to be, first off, it looks amazing, it feels amazing, it shoots amazing. 5 out of 5, like, could not recommend this more to other people. I know that this is slightly bigger than the Hellcat Pro, which is a top rated gun by us. This shoots better than the Hellcat Pro. It does a little bit, a lot. But I do like this gun a ton. The other part about that XFactor is also what we talked in the factory options, is that case that goes into that, all the stuff you get with it. Like, this is probably the best value for money on a gun that you're going to spend and have a gun that you do not need to screw with.
I'm also going to give it a 5. There is a caveat to all of this, okay? Like I mentioned, when I first shot it, first mag through, I wasn't sold. I really wasn't. I was like, you loved it, and I was like...
I had also shot it previously.
Yeah, okay, that's probably a lot of it. And honestly, it does. It all comes down to that grip angle, that steep grip angle. And for me, kind of the first mag, it felt weird, you know? But once you get a couple mags through this, then you're like, oh, I get it. What I will say is, because of that steeper grip angle, at first it felt like the recoil was a little bit higher than other things. And then literally what I did is I shot this back to back against some other comp guns that we have, like the Hellcat Pro and things like that. And I'm like, oh, never mind. It doesn't recoil near as much as some of those other guns. But because of that angle, it just felt kind of weird at first. And it just took me a minute. But seriously, after my second mag, we were out at the range and I was like, oh, I get it now. Got it. So definitely, XFactor is a 5 on this. Seriously, Canik hit it out of the park again. I don't know what voodoo they do with these triggers, but they are so good. And the shootability of this thing is great. So if you have a chance, take one out, shoot it. Don't just judge it, from being at the counter in the gun store. Try it out, and I definitely think you're gonna dig it.
I know what voodoo they do. They take the blood of Nils and they put it in there and sprinkle it, and that just absorbs in all his skills.
Yeah, let's get into that a little bit. I appreciate the fact that Nils, he's a competitive shooter,
friend of ours,
amazing, right?
Yeah,
dude is one of the best. So like when you look at the rival, we talked to Nils quite a bit about this, and literally they just said to him, we're going to design the gun that you want. Tell us what needs to happen. And he did. And literally, he went over and he was like, all right, these are the changes we need to make. And they made them in like a day. I don't know how they did it, but they literally did. And you can see that through their entire line. You can just see the fact that the quality and the performance of these guns is absolutely amazing.
The story goes, and we've talked to Adam. Hi, Adam, who's a good friend of ours, also amazing human being. They lined up 5 guns for Nils to shoot. Mm-hmm. He shot gun 1, told them what he didn't like, what needed to be changed. By gun 5, gun 1 was already changed.
Yeah. Literally, it was, they went to lunch and came back.
Yeah.
Like, that's how fast these guys had. I don't know how they did it. I really don't. I don't know how that's even possible, but that's what they did. So, all right, John. So the big question, are you a buyer?
Well, comes into a lot of questions on that. Are you a buyer? First off, before I say yes or no, we got to say the price on this thing.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about all the features, everything that goes into it. You look at this, Kurt, how much do you think this is?
Honestly, I've spent a whole lot of money on a Glock and some other things to upgrade it to get to this. And pushing over $1,000 easy. Easy.
You think this is $1,000?
Now, I also know it's Canik, and they have amazing voodoo that they do. So,
I mean, the rival was $1,000.
Yeah.
So, What do you guess? Take a guess at the price. If you were to price this, just sitting here staring at it.
Honestly, when you compare this to a lot of other things out there and you look at price points, this is easily a $700, $750, $800 gun. Like if they charge that, that would make total sense.
Yeah, $599.99.
That's insane.
$600 for this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, I'm a buyer. 100% a buyer. For that price, if you come, you're looking at like $50 more than most of the things on the market with the same kind of similar feature set.
Right.
When I say similar feature set, I mean with night sights and porting and optics cut. But what you're getting on top of that, and I know there's a lot of deals being run right now, so but what you're getting on top of that is you're getting the grip texture, you're getting the magwell, you're getting that awesome box. I mean, this is a automatic will buy. You should buy. If you've got the money to buy it now. Our FFL dealer who Click Bang, sponsor of the channel, who we go to all the time, he had 7 of these come in. This one was one of the 7 that came in. All of them were gone before I came and picked this up.
I bet.
In a day.
Yeah.
Kurt, now it comes to you. The person who originally disliked this until you grew on you, are you a buyer?
100%. Now I know going in, Canik makes amazing guns, and the fact that you get a feature pack product for an amazing price, I knew that was coming, right? But it did. It took me a little bit to warm up to it. But once I did, I was like, oh, I get it. I get it now. This thing is amazing. And I really don't know how they're doing this for the price. And what I appreciate about Canik is when they build guns like this, right? This thing is purpose-built, purpose-driven to be an amazing EDC. You know, you look at the Rival. That thing is made and purpose-built to be basically a competition gun. You can take that thing and it has everything it needs. You can go straight and go shoot competition with it, right? For EDC, this has everything you need. The fact that it comes with night vision night sights out of the box, that's awesome. You know, it is. It's ported. That's amazing. So it does. It reduces recoil. The grip texture's perfect. The trigger's amazing. So absolutely, I'm a buyer. Not only am I a buyer, I will suggest this to anybody. This definitely made it way up the list. You know, when you've got your short list of guns that you're going to suggest for like a first-time buyer or something like that, definitely take a look at this.
Here's the other thing I want to mention, because I touched on it at the beginning, but $599.99 made in the USA.
That is amazing, actually.
This is not an import. This is made in their new West Palm Beach facility.
Yep.
$599.99, 100% USA made.
I don't know how they're doing it. That's my thing with this entire gun. I don't know how they're doing this, but they're crushing it. Yeah.
You've got that's the big thing I want to take away from this. They're doing this with the case here in the US, in Florida. I can't wait to see what the future holds for you all now, because this is like pinnacle of awesomeness. Like, gonna have to step it up for the next one, but this is great. So we're both buyers. We've agreed to that.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and thank some friends
of
the channel. So first and foremost, we've already mentioned them by name, but check out Click Bang at ClickBang1 on Instagram. You know what to do with that. Go check them out. Next, go check out Global Ordnance, who has provided the ammo for the channel. Again, thank you to the guys over at Global Ordnance and the girls. Really appreciate everything you do to help keep these reviews running. Lastly, we have to thank TCRT Targets, our target sponsor. Use code
FLR10 for 10% off. So we took a lot of that amazing ammo from Global Ordnance and shot all of it in that TCRT target.
To that single TCRT target.
And it held up great.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, we went out, we filmed a lot of stuff that day. Easily pushing 1,000 rounds through that thing, along with some shotgun some shotgun too. And the target's good to go. All right, guys, so do us a favor. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Click the little notification bell. It helps us out a ton. And let us know in the comments what you think of this and your experiences with other Canik guns. And if you don't,
I hope you get a mosquito bite in your ear hole.
What? Oh!
Yeah.
You just went hard.
Hard.
Wow. Yeah. All right. On that note, we'll catch you guys later.